Brian in Boston, welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
I'm one of those 4/5 human beings who grew up in Ireland, specifically the north of Ireland, Belfast, during the 40-year war against the tyranny of Britain.
Yes.
I'm kind of happy tonight. I'm happy that America can see what lies ahead of them if they go down the socialist path that has wrecked not only the British Isles but also Europe.
It has, Brian. Now, Brian, didn't the wonderful Brits, the humane, wonderful Brits, use plastic bullets and water cannon on the Irish?
They used a lot more than that, Michael. I grew up in the north of Ireland with a helicopter 24 hours a day hovering over my home. My younger brother was tortured with cigarette butts to his testicles.
Oh, jeez.
There were thousands upon thousands of young men who were arrested on Operation Motorman and imprisoned in a concentration camp called Long Kesh in the north of Ireland at the hands of the tyranny of the British Empire.
Well, look, I'm an amateur student of history. I know about the black and tan gangs that tortured your people as well. But what amazes me is that the very English who did use guns and water cannons and bullets on even plastic bullets on your people won't use them against these vermin in the streets of England.
Because they don't consider us part of the British Empire.
Well, that's right, and you're 4/5 human to them, right, Brian?
There are two issues, Michael. One is...
So if the Irish are 4/5 human to the British, and I'm not even allowed in England, you're at least allowed to go to London, so I'm not even 50% human, right?
Yeah, I believe that it's a travesty of justice. It's a violation of basic human rights that you have been refused entry into the British Empire.
Well, Brian, I swear to God, I swear to my audience and everyone listening to the show, Irish and non-Irish alike, that God willing, when I get total, control over my life and over my everything else, my health and this and that, I intend to go to Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, which is not part of the United Kingdom. I intend to invite 1,000 or 2,000 of my listeners from around America, and I hope the Irish will join me. I intend to go to the border with England with as many bullhorns as we can get and tell them what we think of them.
Michael, can I say something?
Please.
The people in the north of Ireland are just as Irish as the people in the south. They are still fighting for their freedom because they're still under British rule. And most people don't understand.
And we don't hear much about that, though, anymore, do we? What is the situation over there? What actually is going on?
As the last 40... So I left Ireland in 1977. I was a teacher in the Catholic school system, and there was no future. As there was no future for so many of my friends, because there was perpetual unemployment benefits. The British government had a socialist government under the Labour Party, had it instituted back in the 60s all the way through to the present day. That's the reason why you're having the riots in England at the present moment, because what they have done to the British people, and not only in England, Scotland, Wales, and the north of Ireland, it is now part and parcel of what is a common practice in the south of Ireland. It's become totally socialized. And
in other words, they basically made it a dependent class of people who have nothing to live for and no respect for the nation that they live in. Exactly. You're an educated man, Brian. I remember seeing a film many years ago. I think is The Wind That Moves. What is it? The Wind That Moves. The one about the black and tans, how they brutalized the Irish. You know that film?
The Wind That Shook the Barley. Yes.
Is that a factually accurate film?
As best as can be. A better one would be with Liam Neeson in the freedom fighter who established the south of Ireland.
And what was that movie? I love Liam Neeson. He's a great actor. I've never seen him in a bad film.
You got me.
I don't really know, but I saw a few good ones that came out about 10 years ago about the Irish fleeing and hiding in New York. Pretty well done, damn well done. There was another Irish actor who did a great job whose name escapes me. Look, but Brian, this is a tragic situation when you see an entire nation brought to its knees by rabble in the gutter, and the police are told to stand down and do nothing, and you hear the straw man, Cameron, getting up there saying, we will not tolerate it. You can almost laugh at the guy for what he's saying. But my comment, as acid as it was, is unfortunately true, which is that they will not use water cannon or plastic bullets on these vermin. They reserve that for the Irish, who they considered only 4/5 human. And I stand by those words, Brian. I know those resonated with you, which is why you called the show, I'm sure.
Can I say one last thing?
Yes, sir.
Growing up in the north of Ireland under British rule and watching, going through university, being a beneficiary of free education, watching what the Brits were doing to their people, they put out white papers from 10 Downing Street, alerting the British people to the fact that there were not going to be a lot of jobs available, that we were going to go down to a 3 or 4 day work week, and because of that, they were building recreation centres all over the British Isles, which they did, because they knew that the policies that they were going to put in place were going to necessitate that people were not going to be able to have a job. Therefore, they realized that all these people were going to be lying idle. They had to have somewhere for them to go, otherwise they were going to be a problem.
Well, that's the equivalent of the Democrats building night basketball centers here in America, knowing that the youth are uneducated, incapable of anything but playing basketball and trading in drugs in the basketball centers. Brian, it's a sad day. It is absolutely a sad day. This is nothing to celebrate. I understand the sarcasm in the statement that you made, that you're glad that the world can see the Brits for what they are. But at the end of the day, who really likes to see a civilization crumbling as we are watching this? It is watching a civilization crumble from within because of weakness.